Peace and blessings, family. Welcome to the Real Truth and Power podcast. Please hit that subscribe button down here. Man, I got to talk about Black Lives Matter. Mike Brown's father, the activist, he's been heavily involved with Black Lives Matter since his son was killed. They only gave him $500, but they opened up their books a couple weeks ago. I think last week they received $90 million. I thought I was going to be done with Black Lives Matter after that awful twerking video, but now I'm really getting disgusted. Let's talk about it right after this.
You are now tuned in to Real Truth and Power, the show that uplifts the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Here's your host, Everett Winchester.
Peace and blessings, family. Again, my name is Everett Winchester. Please hit that subscribe button, which is down there. We want to get this information out. And as always, do me a favor. Please like and share it. It's very important that we get this information out to our people. Very important. Black Lives Matter. They opened up the books. As you can see, $90 million donated to Black Lives Matter. And Mike Brown's father's pissed. They said he only got $500. He said I only got $500 from Black Lives Matter. They got $90 million. So everybody's asking, man, what's going on with this organization? What's up with the money? Now, I think Black Lives Matter said 21 million went to grant funding, or 21.7 million of grant funding went to unofficial Black Lives Matter charter. So right off the bat, what's unofficial? Are they part of you or not? We're not sure. And now, what are your little global chapters doing with the money? Their expenses was only $8.4 million. So pretty much they still profited about $60 million. Where did that money go? I'm going to show you a video of Mike Brown, the father, and let's see what he has to say about it.
I'm Tory Russell, Ferguson frontline organizer, and on the behalf of many activists in the St. Louis area, I'm joined with Mike Brown Sr., the father of Mike Brown Jr. Today, we hold Black Lives Matter accountable. The movement that is catapulted into the limelight has forgotten about Ferguson and the freedom fighters. Freedom fighters like King D. Seals, Edward Crawford, and Danye Jones have literally given their lives to the struggle, but are rarely spoken about and families are not taken care of. Brother Ali, Joshua Williams, and many other political prisoners from the Ferguson movement are incarcerated or have been and still has received no assistance from Black Lives Matter. What kind of movement are we building where we're saying Black Lives Matter, but the freedom fighters and the families are being left behind? Where is our restitution? Where is our organizing? Where is our building of a movement? We have groups like the Lost Voices and the Freedom Fighters here, and thousands of other youth activists in their 20s and 30s have been out in the streets protesting for months and months and years for years. Still forgotten. We're asking that Black Lives Matter leadership funds $20 million to Ferguson organizers, organizations, and community foundations to do the work.
Now, hold on real quick. 20 million, that's not a lot when you think about what they're trying to do. They're pretty much saying we out here putting in work. We were main reason why the Black Lives Matter movement started getting pushed, and we were pushing it. And you only gave us $500. Black Lives Matter, they should have been pushing and helping this brother continue with the cause. $500, hell, I'm sure somebody like me could have donated that.
We're not begging for a handout. We're coming for what we deserve.
They're not begging for a handout. They're coming for what they deserve. I got to say they're correct.
Today, as we demand the $20 million to go to Ferguson, as restorative measures so we can continue what we started, here's what we'll be organizing. Annual commemorations around Mike Brown Jr.'s life. Black Lives Matter leadership.
I had to rewind that because not only is he talking about money, he's saying here's what we're going to do with the money. And I think everybody loves the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm sorry for being tongue twisted. But what are they doing with the money? 90 million? 90 million. Hell, the NBA just previously got so much money and they donating to HBCUs. So what are you doing with the money? Because obviously I don't see it in police reform or anything. But let's hear again what these brothers are going to do with the money. They got it planned out.
Funds, $20 million to Ferguson organizations, and community foundations to do the work. We're not begging for a handout. We're coming for what we deserve. Today, as we demand the $20 million to go to Ferguson as restorative measures so we can continue what we started, here's what we'll be organizing. Annual commemorations around Mike Brown Jr.'s life. Mutual aid programs. Black Panther style programs and services to meet the needs of the people. Community gardens and farms. And also organizing fellowships and stipends so we can fight white supremacy full time. This is what we started in Ferguson, and this is what we will continue.
That is his information up there if you guys want to reach out, do some donations. But let's talk about it real quick. You know we got to talk about it. Wow. So 90 million, man. That's a lot of money to only give this brother, Michael Brown's father, I believe it's Michael Brown Sr., $500. And they out there with a lot of movements fighting. They've been a main push. Not the main only push, but a main push, I'll say meaning a part of a main push to promote Black Lives Matter. Michael Brown's death, the Ferguson, everything was huge. It awakened a lot of protesters to start this thing really going forward, as well as others. But they were a major factor. $500, 90 million. And 21.3 went to unofficial chapters. I know there's a chapter in DC, and I'm hearing that they want more money. I'm not sure. I'm hearing, but I like to talk to that office. I like to talk to those global Black Lives Matter centers or movements or branches and see how much money they are really getting and what they're doing with their money. But still, they had $8.4 million in expenses. They still got about 60 million out there that we want to know what they're doing with the money. Are you donating to the Democratic Party? I've been hearing some stuff about that. What is the main goal of Black Lives Matter? I heard if you go on their website, I heard they actually just changed it, but it was more about liberation for LBGT and stuff like that, as well as Black Lives Matter police reform. So we just need to know where the money's going, what the agenda is for that community, for our community, with us promoting Black Lives Matter so much. It's very important, man, when you have organizations like that they do fine with the money. Trust me. Here's an organization right here, the Collect the Black People Movement. That you guys need to donate to and be a part of. Go to the website, cbpm.org, and see what this organization is doing. I'm actually a member, as well as the UNIA, ACL. What are these organizations doing as opposed to Black Lives Matter if you want to donate your money? Because these organizations are putting in a lot of work. They're using what little money they have and are providing to the people. So I got to ask, 90 million? Hell, they could have donated to CBPM, the UNIA, ACL. People that are out there marching, organizations that are out there fighting to support that movement. So, man, what do you guys think? Put your comments in below. I love to hear about it. You heard from Mike Brown and his associate. And it's just really sad because a lot of people have been donating money. And I think the movement is great. But I want to know who's running it, because after that Black Lives Movement, and I'll put the link in the description, the Black Lives Matter twerking movement on the Capitol Center, I got to find out who's making the decisions for Black Lives Matter. Twerking. You guys got to see this. It's going to be in the description below. Please check that video out. It's disgusting. I couldn't even go in on it. It was so disgusting that you think that our culture and dancing is about twerking. Just twerking. Come on, man. We got to do better, Black Lives Matter. Yo, get this man some money. Kick out to other organizations. You know, whoever's running it, you putting in the work, feed yourself. You know what I mean? We know how it is. It's a job. Make it a job. Get paid. But 90 million, you only get this brother 500. Just put up and say, if hopefully that they can come up with some things that they're doing with the money. But you know, we need to know. You know, we need to know, because you got our culture out front and center using this movement. So, man, please, again, like and share, put that information out there. I definitely need you guys to do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, which is down there. Look for the icon, because it is very, very important that we get this information out. It is very important. We need to let our people know what's going on. We got to start demanding, when we get behind the movement of the cars, we need to make sure when they get when they get their money, they need to put back right away into the community. If they're not, it's just a scam. It's just a big business. Somebody's using our pain to make a profit. Black, white, I don't know. I don't know who's behind it. I'm not too familiar as far as that with that movement. But I'm familiar with the UNIACL in Baltimore and the parent body and what they're doing all over in Atlanta and Buffalo and Chicago, New York, Liberia. I'm familiar with the Collective Black People movement and what they're doing globally. I'm familiar with these organizations, and they need more funding and they need more help so they can get their soldiers out there and fight, because they're out there. These organizations have been out there fighting for the Black Lives Movement, the Black Lives Matter movement. They've been out there marching and protesting and bringing in and funding for this movement, and they're not getting anything back. So shout out to Mike Brown. I think it's senior, but Mike Brown's father. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to the other brother that was with him. I forgot his name. Let's go out here and let's help these people get money. All right. Oh, last but not least, you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button. We have the first Black game show coming on YouTube. You can watch it on Facebook, but you got to participate on YouTube if you really want to participate and be a part of it. It's going to be trivia. It's going to be nice. You know how I do it. We're going to have fun. One thing is going to be fun, and we're going to be learning at the same time. And it's going to be awesome, man. We're going to be tripping. And it's going to be the Real Truth and Power live game show. It's going to be on the Collective Black People Movements channel. And, of course, my channel, Real Truth and Power. So definitely check that out. Support the brand, man. And thank you for tuning in. Hey, we got to do better. Let's make sure we know what we're doing with our donations. All right? Peace and blessings.
Real truth and power, health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.